Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you for this invitation that you have given me to be part of your annual celebration of History Week. I must admit that I am always excited to come to our seats of learning, because there I feel minds being formed and great ideas being discussed and heroes being made. President Barack Obama has said that his greatest fear for his country is not terrorism. He is more afraid that the United States is sending, and I quote, young Americans into a 21st century economy through the doors of 20th century schools. Well, here in your institution of learning, it is comforting to know that I stand among you in a 21st century school, and it is a Filipino school. Today, I am asked to speak on the subject of youth leadership. It is a subject that I find very timely and apt for two reasons. First, youth leadership is a historic tradition of our people and of our country. Our nation was born of the vision and struggles of very young men and women, beginning with Rizal, Bonifacio, Aguinaldo, Mabini, and others. The heroes of our awakening to independence were all just in their 20s, barely out of their teens. Similarly, in World War II, it was the young men and women who took the challenge and the burden of fighting the foreign invaders. Secondly, the subject of youth leadership is very timely because we, the Philippines, are a very young country. I do not say young in terms of history, for we have a long and glorious past, but young in the sense of population. About one-third of our 94 million people constitute the youth of our country today. That is a very large and important constituency, and it is only fitting that your generation should have a voice in our country and in the shaping of the national future. The creation of the National Youth Commission by an act of Congress, in which I was the principal author, is one step in this direction. The bigger steps, though, are for you, the young people, to take on the challenge and the burdens of leadership. When I look at our young people, I see young men and women who do not worry too much about the favored headlines in the newspapers and television, but they are interested rather by the new things that are happening around them, different aspects of our modern life, in the arts, in entertainment, in sports, in business and technology, in lifestyle. They yearn to create something of their own and to contribute to the sound of good in their country. This positive outlook, this sense of empowerment, is part and parcel of the age of change that we live in, when what we once thought was impossible has become commonplace. I believe it comes from the acquisition of education and learning in our country. It is education that allows our children to hope for something better in their lives. In this new century, the biggest challenge of government is how to make real this hope, to meet the new challenges of the global economy. We are called upon to this work of change and transformation in order to make our country a better place for our kababayan. We are told that history repeats itself. And I'm sure that over this week you have heard what is becoming often used and almost cliched expression, history repeats itself. It has only becomes a cliche because it is true. And the reason that history repeats itself is that because history is the story of the human condition. And the human beings do not essentially change. We are primordially motivated by survival and reproduction, to find food, to find shelter, to make a family. And that will never change so long as human beings remain as a species. And that is why the concerns of different human beings are the same throughout the time of history. But what we are asked to do is not to just learn history. It is certainly not, we are certainly not asked to repeat history. What we are asked to do by our country today is to make history. We must make history by knowing where we came from. We must make history by knowing what we are capable of, what our country is, what our culture is, what our people in fact are. This is why history is not just a set of memorized dates or non-working or non-school holidays. History is important because it is what we as a people are. When we think of heroes, we tend to think of those that have given their lives for our country, like Jose Rizal. But there are many, many more Filipinos all over the world who live each day in quiet excellence. From the doctors and nurses in the hospitals, not only here in the Philippines, around the world, but to the seamen who man the vessels that plow our seas. From the farmer, working, sweating in the fields, to the office worker putting in the honest day's work. From the fathers and mothers fighting circumstances for their families, to the students who are toiling in their schools. I invite you to learn about not only the heroes of our history, but also know about the heroes in our everyday life. To go beyond textbooks and everyday news feeds and find out the truth for yourselves. Be curious, be inquisitive. Which reminds me, in the Kabataan Barangay, there was only one slogan. And the slogan that we had in the Kabataan Barangay, when we would be asked by young people, ano po ang inyong payo para sa aming mga kabataan? Ano sa palagay ninyo ang aming dapat gawin? Ang aming laging sinasagot, makialam, makialam, makialam. Makialam kayo kapag may nakita kayo nangyayari na hindi tama. Makialam kayo kapag may nalalaman kayo mas magandang paraan sa patakbo ng pamahalaan. Makialam kayo pagka nalaman ninyo na may masamang nangyayari na dapat ayusin, na dapat bigyan ng justisya. Makialam kayo. That is the important part of it all. Hindi na baling makialam, bakit wag tayo makialam, bakit magkamali. Hindi na baling magkamali. Pinakamahirap yung walang ginawa. So, it is the most important lesson that I can give to the young people of today. That you must be involved. You must be involved. Huwag kayong madismaya dahil minsan ang politika dito sa ating bansa ay nakakapagod. At minsan nakikita naman ninyo mapapaulit-ulit ang mga ninyong narinig. Kahit papano, meron din dyan na mga opisyal, meron din dyan na mga nakaupo sa mga matataas na opisina na talagang walang ginawa kung hindi magtyaga upang pagandahin ang ating bansa. Kailangan natin silang tulungan at kailangan nila ang tulong ninyo, mga kabataan. As a senator, my primary role is to craft laws for the betterment of our people. I am committed to this, to put the interests of our country ahead of any personal or family or party interest. I am always listening to you, my young constituency, and to give you a voice in the shaping of your future so that someday you will live your dreams. You will live your dreams as the leaders and the heroes of our country. I have learned that while it takes great courage to die for one's country, it takes just as much courage to choose to live. Filipinos are a great people, strong, resilient, and passionate. And I challenge you here today to be that, to be good citizens, to work hard and consistently. Be the best that you can be in whatever you do, because your choices and actions are building blocks to this, not only your future, but to the future of our country. Always remember that all Filipinos said, most appropriate in this celebration, in this event, ang hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makakarating sa panulungan. Maraming salamat po.